Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for November 10th, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com, to access the SRC4u Zoom call, which is an SRC4u demonstration of the software. Just scroll down and look for this Zoom graphic. If you'd like more information on the SRC4u software, contact Cathy or request to demo the software for free. If you're interested, to complement the software is the shift pin. Cathy is on Twitter and will post blogs on Twitter. She's an author. She has fractal fairy tales. If you're not ready to purchase the software, you're not ready to demo, but you really want to experience it, join Cathy's daily energy clearing group, and you can click here to register, and all the information's there. We're going to join the Zoom call. It will be loud, so you may want to lower the volume on your speakers. One moment, please.
Anyway, here we are at 10:30. Hi, everybody. And we're still running. So there's a new post up with, it's kind of hard to give a complete demonstration on those screencasts because I don't want them to go too long. But anyway, we had quite a long session yesterday. I do want to show you what's been happening here. You can see where we are, and I've been doing a lot more with the sustenance balancer, which we'll look at today. What was that? Anyway, we won't do all these because you have the idea, you know what we're talking about. But it is interesting to go down and get the information. And then what I've been doing is, let me pull up a new. Is just making a blank worksheet and putting down what the different people want to have in the sustenance balancer. And go back and forth during the day. I'll show you a couple of other things too. And I do hope to get our email out today. I try not to junk up your email, but we do have some things that are worth having. And you see, we do want a scan of the triple heater. And what's been happening, and we seem to have some very interesting positive results. I'll put that in here. Now I know we've got our sustenance balancer going, but I don't know which one it is, and I don't want to show everybody else's. So, as you know, what I'm finding is a lot of stress clears, because we're working obviously with the energy realms. A lot of the stress clears with just doing this sustenance balancer right up front. And then if it doesn't clear, we know to go a little deeper with other Pro Tools. Got a little hint there, depression related to low adrenal. I've just been putting the auto in. The issues, and go ahead and add the longevity. difficulties. Okay, so just you can go back and forth and check and see what has cleared and what hasn't. How's that in? Anyway, real quickly, because I want to show you something else. Okay. Let's get the highlights here. Looks like some spiritual related stress today. I don't know what the weather is for everybody else on the call, but ironically, a lot of times this kind of weather brings that out a little bit more. Has anybody else noticed that with their SRC work?
Bring out what? I missed that.
A lot of times this kind of rain, this kind of storm, when you're doing the SRC, you see a lot more spiritual type stress.
I think this eclipse and full moon is...
You got that right, yeah.
The dickens out of a lot of people. It's a butt kicker, Danny? Yes, I've heard of a lot of meltdowns. where you're just getting fathom, it's like, whoa, that's like really like pretty extreme. But it's it's just the energies.
All right, so again, I've been going back and forth with this during the day. But we'll do this one last one. Okay, now, so what I want to show you also, I think some of you are aware of this. Let's get up here. We seem to have, the children's hospitals are overflowing with, according to what I'm reading, RSV. And they don't even have room for all the children with this lung infection. And so I read the article, I made us a cocktail, and at that time, now I don't know if that's still the case, but at that time, there was a priority to treat all children's hospitals, all personnel, and all patients. And so that's been going. Let me see if I can. Well, I'm not going to be able to pull it up without showing everybody else's stuff. But this is going, and if you felt inclined and if it were a priority, you could do that too. And so I've got this information in here just for the heck of it. Now, there's several reasons this could be. It could be, I hate to say it, but they could be just making up these statistics in preparation for a new vaccine. However, when you talk with people who work at the hospitals, it does seem the hospitals are filled to capacity. Is anybody else hearing this? And anyway, so that's one thing. Come on, is that it? But the other is that it could be the new children's vaccine. The thing being, though, that this RSV started accelerating before that. And so there's a possibility it could also be shedding. So see, we as a group don't want any of these frequencies, but they're there for you if anyone wants to use them. So let's see also, here's this rated as high priority, clear adverse reactions to COVID-19 vaccine with the recharger. Let's just see if that's a priority for us today. No. Or again. Let's take a look. Now I have been these are some of the notes from the She motion. Still actually doing that. Maybe hold on a second. That's what I want right here. And I have been running this, and thanks to Karen Barnett, Raymond Grace says always give thanks for your wonderful body and perfect health. And we know the positive energy of gratitude. So that is in our, I've just kind of done a quick little startup scan to see. And so we do want, this is an example too of what you can do with this sustenance balancer. We do want the Delaware rate scan. This is interesting. We want to hold those involved in the synthetic creation of this virus. We would like them to be held responsible. And this is a big one. Everybody has been asking for quite a bit, is to regenerate the neural network, which it does appear for some reason there's been some additional stress in our environment that calls for that. Now let's just go ahead and put that in. It's gonna. But it seems like this has been beneficial, and this will go out today. But it seems to have been beneficial to add these. This was a priority, this Delaware scan for this month, which is why I started spending a little bit more time with it, and ended up putting it in the initial scan. And let's see what we've got. This uric acid comes up, I would say 100% of the time. And this is all subtle energy coming from the etheric field. Dermatitis, for some reason, comes up all the time. Come on. Staph seems to come up quite a bit. You can go back and forth with this, get your information, go into the sustenance balancer, do some clearing. And it's quite interesting the results you can have. Just since we have a little extra time, let's see if we want the She motion today. I will get those little messages finished. You see that when I did the scan, the moon energy is in that scan. We as a group aren't asking very often to have that cleared, but boy, are the individuals. It is quite interesting. So there is a response to the energy of that moon. Here's our $1 billion scan. Not ready for that today. Let's just quickly see. And thanks to Mary, we now have Divine Law 5. She had it from when it was sent out, I could think back in 2021, and for some reason it disappeared off my computer. So here's what we're asking for in addition to all this: balanced diet of information, discernment. We've been asking also a lot for this karma command. And then here we've got our divine laws. We've got the break all contract. Here's our field generator, a better world. So this gives you an idea of what we're asking for today. Just 10 minutes. But I want to show you one other thing that you could do, and we're not quite ready here, but I don't really want to show anybody else's. Just go in here. Let's just go and put all patients at Children's Hospital. I'll put in America. Now, some of you say I don't need to check every time for priority because they'll take what they need, and that's probably true. But I did get before the priority for this, so let's just, without checking it again, I just want to show you something. Could add, going right in the what can it hurt category, miraculous healing, and miraculous recovery. And we've been doing this, a few of us, for the daughter of a friend who is quite ill. She's been in the hospital in intensive care. And we've been doing this over and over. You get a priority for it because there's a big picture, and we don't always know the big picture. But when you do see priority, this is something you might want to consider. We have it in here. We've got the automatic selection of whatever we need. And this code for what it's worth. And of course the RSV.
How is she?
She's still with us.
Okay.
Which is kind of considered in itself a miracle. Okay, now my Pro Tools froze, so we'll get back to that. But yeah, she's still with us. She is in intensive care, etc., etc. But Grandmaster is working on her as well. And we're all doing the best we can.
Good news.
It's very good news. I think I've already checked the girdle meridian. See, we're down quite a few levels. It's just, look, trauma comes up so much, and we do have that long trauma cocktail. See if that would be a positive. No, don't need it. So often the P4 is doing everything you need. You can see the interesting thing about our layers. This is the layer right outside our body, the etheric field, which actually has more of an impact than what's going on in the physical body. I'll take that one. This meridian is just packed with a lot of emotional information. Let's see if it comes up today, but this has been very interesting lately. This broken power is coming up so much, so we might want to take a closer look at that. These are just all things we'll be looking at. And we don't even have a summary there, which is interesting. Nor here, so let's see if we want to add an additional theme. And I haven't been starting it until the sustenance balancer completes. Because then what you can do once you get up to all the requirements for time, you can go in and scan these issues and see if they're still issues, and very often they are not. Let's just give it a couple more minutes since we have some time. Any thoughts on any of this? You might notice that the more this is done, we aren't requesting the vaccine scan and we aren't requesting the shedding, which just goes to show again, the machine is not doing the work. You are doing the work with your own physical body. This is kind of like waking up that software you have yourself, is what I believe anyway. And so typically, if and of course the other realization, what we really want to do is preserve our health and preserve our longevity. Once a person actually has a diagnosis, especially a serious diagnosis, it's going to take a lot longer. But if you can get into the habit of doing this on a regular basis, preferably every day, that's how this software was designed, just to get up and click the wonder click. I do a little bit more, but that's my choice. And that's kind of what we're looking at, is how, especially in this day and age, how significant this can be. And let's just see if we're done with this 7 minutes, so I can demonstrate what usually happens with these scans.
Cathy?
Yes.
I have a question. Do you think the master controller is as potent as the P4?
That's really a good question. I can't answer it. What I like about the master controller is I can set it for 90 days and just let it go, and I think that is impactful. But I don't think there's much more powerful than our present P4. Kevin would really be the one, Grandmaster or Ralph, to say. But just as an example, I have the lady with tinnitus that we discovered a huge factor in the tinnitus is her significant other is vaccinated, and that threw off her electrical conductivity. So she asked me if there was anything we could do with his permission in reference to that. So we're actually running that every day in the mastery for 90 days just to clear the stress from his shedding. And I'll have to keep you posted.
Yeah.
Now let's see. Now these are the things we had in the sustenance balancer. You see, you've just cleared them all. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. And then if anything remains, then, you know, you can go a little deeper. So for example, here we've got, this is from the Delaware scan. And I do like to break it down a little bit, not put absolutely everything in at once. Let's just do auto. And just go back and forth, and it's been a surprise to me that this approach pretty much is clearing this subtle stress, and yet you've also gotten some information. Let me see, these are the other categories. We can take some of that out. Oh, I didn't do our break all contracts. Whoa. I don't want to miss that one. Yeah, the mastery, I think that's the significance to everything, is the repeat. And so I have a lot of things for the group running 90 days at a time just for the repeat. And I think you don't have any idea, really. You just have to see how life is going.
Thanks.
Well, I don't know if Kevin's with us today to answer that. I'll ask Grandmaster. How's that? I see what he has to say.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
We got the B2 also. I mean, there's several things that it just would be interesting to know if they're all the same.
The
Potency
experience
is the
I've
only
had,
word that I can think of.
yeah, the experience I've had with the B2 has been extremely positive. And, you know, I go through the group every day and see if anybody needs any extra energy. And very often they want that B2. So I'm real grateful to have that. I love the mastery too, but a different approach. So I'm going to check with Grandmaster and get a real clear answer on that.
Do you have a dandelion protocol?
Personally?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I'll get you an article where they're showing that the dandelion stops the shedding or the spikes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens is any article you get, you can make yourself a little protocol, which is why I've ended up with all these protocols. But it's worth it. It's worth it. We've been given solutions to many of these things. Long as we're not controlling others, we're working with ourselves and with anyone that gives permission or it's a priority. And so it's worth it. Send me the article and we'll have a protocol.
Cathy,
Okay.
I got a question.
Yeah.
You know, is anybody on here working with a life coach at all?
You know, I'm guilty of not starting that up yet. Anybody?
The reason why I ask that because you know, he never carried on with any of that. I mean, when he set it up, when Ralph set it all up and all that stuff, then I thought he'd get back with us to see if we could use it for other people too.
Yeah, well, let me see if we can get him to come on as a guest. I'm so thrilled still with what he did to make it not necessary to do Excel spreadsheets. I've been really enjoying that. Yeah, let me contact Ralph and see if he'll come on and go over it with us.
Okay.
Because I haven't done much with it either.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it is 11 o'clock. Anything else? And then what we really need to do also, I have a brand new protocol to show you in reference to core needs and wants. So maybe we can get to that on Monday.
Sounds great. Thank you.
We did require that in our startup, and one day we did ask for it, and I wasn't ready to do it. What's happened is the designer of the protocol is adding a few things to it, and that'll make sense once you see what I'm talking about with this. But it is true that one core need could throw, not being satisfied could throw everything else off. So it's interesting to look at. So it looks like that's it. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you Monday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cathy.
All right, guys.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.